Before we get started on today's video, please be sure to like and subscribe and click the bell notification so you're updated on all the latest videos. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Rewatch Reality. Today we're going to be discussing the 90-day fiancé couple, Ben and Mahogany, from before the 90 days. Alright, let's get started, but I'm going to keep it real with you. The storyline is just weird overall because this guy, Ben, he's just going through a complete midlife crisis, and that's just really what it comes down to. Alright, so this is Ben. Ben is 52 years old, a devoted Christian who actually was a pastor prior to leaving his church. The way his story sounds is like he was very much connected to a very tiny, close-knit community within his church, and it seemed like they all think and did the same exact thing.
So I grew up in a fringe religion of a mainstream Baptist denomination that was very much like a cult. You could not step out of place. If you did, you were castigated and shunned. I definitely wanted to go to heaven, so I decided to be a pastor. And I married my church children's ministry partner. We had 4 children, but we had problems. And of course, in our belief system, it was either stay together or go to an eternal lake of fire forever.
The best way to sum his backstory up is that once him and his wife and children left the church, he later on ended up divorcing his wife and became a fitness model. I'm just telling you guys, you can't make this shit up. Okay, so now we know a little bit about Ben's background, so let's talk about his dating life. Okay, so now that Ben has left the church, divorced his wife, and became a fitness model, he decides that he wants to start meeting people, so he's going to get himself set up on some dating sites. Ben decides to upload some of his fitness modeling photos, so he started to get a bunch of friend requests. He was scrolling through his friends and ran across Mahogany, so he decided to DM her. Alright, let's take a time out real quick. You'll start to see why I said this storyline's weird. There's so many red flags I don't even know where to start. Alright, so this is Mahogany, everyone. She's 24 years old, from Peru, and this is the girl that Ben is head over heels for. Okay, so right off top, there's already a couple things that bother me about this situation. I'm already creeped out by the fact that Ben is 52 and this is the girl that he's into. I think she's way too young for him. The first thing that everybody said when they saw these pictures was that Ben was for sure getting catfished. These photos are clearly photoshopped. On top of that, Mahogany refuses to FaceTime Ben, which is also a red flag. For a guy who's already been catfished in the past, he sure is gullible and believes everything. Then to top it off, she asks Ben to borrow money, which he gives her. And things only get worse when Ben decides that he's going to fly to Peru to meet Mahogany, a woman that he hasn't even FaceTimed before. Fast forward to Ben flying into her hometown where he gets stood up at the airport and she doesn't show. Everybody is screaming catfish at this point. But Ben wants to see this through because he didn't fly out to Peru for nothing. When Ben was standing at the airport and Mahogany didn't show, I was like, Ben, man, you're just like another David and Caesar. Ben makes one last attempt to meet Mahogany, so he gives her a location for her to meet him at a restaurant. Right when we think that Ben is going to take a big fat L, Mahogany shows up. This is the real Mahogany, everyone. Definitely looks different than her pictures, huh? This explains why she didn't want to FaceTime Ben. She wasn't even the person that she was depicting in the pictures. Unfortunately, because Ben is so desperate, he doesn't even realize that he actually has been catfished. Not only did Mahogany lie about what she looked like, later on we find out she lied about her age.
Oh my gosh.
I can't believe it.
Oh my gosh.
I have to be honest, I feel like this whole thing is staged. The whole thing is just weird to me. Many 90 Day Fiancé fans are actually speculating that this storyline to be false and that Ben actually in fact did get stood up, but because they wanted to finish the storyline and get more views that they actually brought in somebody to pretend to be Mahogany. But there's no actual evidence on that. And right when you think that things couldn't get any more awkward, Mahogany invites Ben over to her place to meet her parents. In this situation, there's a couple things that go wrong. Number one, the place that she invited Ben over to actually ends up being an Airbnb. Then, while talking to her parents, he finds out Mahogany is actually 22 and not 24.
Sí es bastante madura, a pesar de la edad que ella tiene 22 años.
22?
Now that Ben has found out that Mahogany is 22, it's like he doesn't even know how to act anymore. Like, 22 is so different than 24. Right when you think Ben has realized that, yes, this situation is weird and you just need to get the hell out of it, you shouldn't be talking to this girl in the first place, he still decides to stay. Next thing you know, we got Mahogany inviting Ben out with her friends. So we got a 52-year-old going out to ice cream with 3 low 20-year-olds, which is weird to me. I don't know. Is he trying to be dad? I'm not sure. Then Ben gets his feelings hurt because Mahogany's not referring to him as her boyfriend, but just as a friend. So later on, they sit down together and he lets her know that that situation had hurt his feelings because he didn't know that she didn't see him in that light. The conversation ended up not going so well, and it ended up flipping around to where Mahogany was asking a lot of questions about his past relationships, and she wasn't really liking his answers. The next morning, Ben decides that he's actually going to ditch Mahogany with breakfast because he didn't like how the conversation was going with her. He felt like he explained himself and that he wasn't getting much back in return. Like she was being very cold to him.
It just feels really weird this morning. I don't know what I'm going to tell her, but I'm stuck. I feel like she's checked out. I must have written her about 10 pages of text, and I got no response. So I've decided not to go to breakfast today.
Ben goes on to say that love should have no fears and that this relationship is just full of fears. Fears of what her parents think, fears about what her friends think, fears about just him as a whole and who he is and what his intentions are. And so for that, he doesn't feel like the relationship's working. All right, guys, that's all I got for you today. Thank you so much for watching Rewatch Reality. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And leave a comment below and let me know your thoughts and opinion on this relationship. All right, till next time. Peace out.